DJ Dr. Mook, an actual doctor, by the way, y'all. I got my PhD from biochemistry, and so if you don't know me,
oh Lord, why did I
that
say
I
that?
stand for.
Number one, of course, biochemistry. We just talked about that, but all things molecules, and that is why I am the STEAMulator. I love science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, but I always love mixing it up with art. And these are the tools that I use to teach on my platform. And that's why it's STEAMulator. And I'm launching this podcast to have more long form discussions and conversations with people that I admire, with artists, with fellow scientists, with content creators, people that generally make stuff that we love to consume and enjoy. This is the first podcast that you're listening to. If you have been a STEAMulator fan, or if you have been one of our supporters in the community, the STEAMulator community, then you've mostly seen me in my bedroom recording stuff, streaming live on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, as well as on Twitter. At STEAMulator. You've seen me on all of those platforms. Oh, don't forget Station Head, okay? Do not forget Station Head and AMP. RIP AMP. But yeah, you've mostly seen me just, doing my thing from my bedroom. But now we're trying to elevate. We're trying to elevate a little bit higher. So you're seeing us in studio doing this session. So it's going to be a sit down, calm conversation. I might bring in a guest or two, okay? And sometimes it might just be me and you just listening to each other. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on YouTube, or wherever you are watching and listening on, please drop a like, a comment. Let me know what you think of this elevated production so far. Let me know that you are out there listening as one of our stimulators, okay? And when in doubt, in terms of the upload schedule or in terms of when does this come out, always feel free to go to STEAMulater.com, where you will see all of this posted.
Girl, I was doing the most. I'm just not saying like the intro when you're talking and stuff. But that Gang City jacket was popping. It's popping.
Don't I look fly? I look good, child. That Gag City jacket, the set decoration. I was doing the utmost.
The setup was nice though. I ain't gonna flex.
Yeah, I like it too. But yeah, if y'all are tuning in from wherever, Twitch, YouTube, X, we are doing a watch party for the STEAMulater podcast, which we recorded. Actually, when was this, Trey?
2024, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is like 2 years ago. 2024, probably like December-ish. So no, this is not December. This is probably, oh my gosh, this is probably October, maybe 2024. And so we never released it, but now it's time for it to come out. And so we're watching it, doing a live premiere and watching it. But yeah, let's go. Let's continue, okay?
All of this posted. Now, without further ado, let's get into this week on STEAMulator. So, this week on STEAMulator, this has been quite an exciting week. I have announced quite a lot of things that are upcoming in the few next coming weeks, as well as months of STEAMulator. This entire year has been filled with abundant opportunities for my science communication platform. And I'm just so grateful. I'm really grateful for the community that has supported me throughout. But I'm through some of the more special, let's say, gag worthy moments together. All right. And so let's start from the beginning. Let's start in January. How about that? January 2024 started with such a bang. So y'all might have seen a little interview that I had with Dr. Nehemiah Mabry. Shout out, Dr. Nay! Shout out to that man, because that is my favorite interview that I've ever done. Okay. This was on at STEM Media. And that is their handle, I think, on every single platform, but that interview entirely is on YouTube. So in that interview, I also was talking about my background, how I started in science, how my journey coming from Zimbabwe, a whole lot of Zimbabwe stuff. Okay. Shout out to my Zimbos listening. And then, moved from Zimbabwe as an immigrant to America, went to college, went to grad school, all of that, and how mentors have really been instrumental throughout that process. And we talked about how students of color in particular, how it's important for us to have mentors who show us the ropes in terms of choosing career paths, choosing labs, and then in particular scientists of color, how it is important to see representation in the workforce, in academia or industry, to motivate us to stay in science. It's okay, because one thing about it, we do need inspiration for these younger generations to know that they can be scientists regardless of color, race, or creed, or gender, or anything of the sort. You can be a scientist, but we also need programs that help with retention. Okay, a lot of people go into science and then they drop out because it's not easy, y'all. It's really not easy. But now with a lot of us scientists showing our faces on camera, talking about our journeys, discussing our paths and how they're meandering, I feel like this is providing, almost like a pathway book for a lot of students to be able to see how the different shapes of a career can form, and that they too can do it and stay in science. And so that interview honestly was amazing, and I'll always be citing it forever. And it really kicked off quite a lot of different things, because even in that interview, we had a segment where we talked about one of my offerings on STEAMulater platform, one of the services that I provide, which is hip hop biochemistry. So I talk about molecules in a fun and enthusiastic way using hip hop artistry, as well as other different types of art, whether it's
Girl. And I mean it. I stand on it still today. Okay.
Still to this day, Team Nikki all the way.
Team Nikki, I don't know what's going on, but Team Nikki still over here.
Like I had told somebody, her views are not my views. That's still my girl.
That is still my girl. And so, yeah. And so for the people who are tuning in, I see people on YouTube, X, and Twitch. We are doing the rewatch for the STEAMulater podcast premiere episode. If you want to join the conversation, come over to Fanbase. Join the conversation where we are doing the watch party live. Let's continue. Let's hear the rest of this. This was 2024, you guys. Oh, wow.
And I think of to the legends, the legendary rappers like Nicki Minaj. And I mean, as you see it now, when Nicki came out, there were no female rappers, honestly, that were popping like that. Okay, there was like a downside or a decrease in female rap during that time, and she really elevated the whole genre, particularly for women rapping in hip hop. Now, obviously she's the queen, reigning queen, but we have so many female rappers out doing their thing all over the world. A lot of them with features from my girl. Okay. And so honestly, to me, Nicki is the DNA of rap. But unbeknownst to me, Nicki saw that interview, or at least she saw that clip. And I know this because she liked it. And, gave us a little shout out. She liked not only my post, but she liked STEM Media's post. And I feel like that was it was just like a sign to me that, stay on the path. You're doing something that is unique. It is new. It's novel. Not a lot of people see the fusion of STEM and hip hop. Not a lot of people see that. But just stick to it, and it'll get you somewhere. Okay. And then after that, when we got into February, she basically was announcing her tour, because again, this is, even though we're talking about February, please know that December is when things really had kicked off with Nicki Minaj. Okay, she had already released her now iconic Pink Friday 2 album. Okay, this album right here, that honestly is my favorite album from Nicki Minaj, but also I honestly would say it's my favorite album, period. I would say so, because I have really listened to this album over and over again from the day it dropped. Okay, 2023 December 8th on her birthday when it dropped. I've literally had this on repeat, or at least one or two songs on repeat, and it's been the album of my life. But yeah, in February she announced that yeah, she's going on tour for this album, okay? And Gag City was all over the world. And so I got my little coins, child. I got my coins together because you know I've been saving up ever since Nikki was outside for festivals. I have known to save up and get ready for my girl. Okay, I first went to see Nikki at Essence Fest in 2022. That was my first ever Nikki performance, and I haven't stopped since. Rolling Loud, all of that. And so when she announced Gag City, I said I'm going to a couple concerts. So in March was my first concert of Gag City. The first one I went to was Rolling Loud. And you can see in this clip right here, I am standing crazy at the intro because it's the first time I heard that intro when she comes up rising from the rafters and she is rapping to I'm the best. Y'all, it was at that moment I knew we were about to experience the tour of a lifetime. And so I really did actually prepare to tour with her, to be quite honest with you. And so the next few months, that's what I've been doing, is touring with Nikki. And one thing I learned in 2022 is that when you when you go to a Nikki concert, it's a lovely event. It's, yes, Nikki is the performance. You're paying for the performance, but you're also paying for the community because you get to meet other barbs who have been standing with her, which is amazing. You get to foster those relationships together, and because you're going to a new city, you get to see other things, sights of that city. You get to go see your friends and college friends from long time ago. In my case, fraternity brothers. So I literally planned for the rest of my year to literally meet up with different people and give talks and do all kinds of stuff. And that's why in March I announced the STEAMulater Games Season 3. So if you are not aware of what that is, in 2023, in the summer of 2023, I launched STEAMulater Games, right, as part of the STEAMulater pantheon of programs we offer. So not only hip hop biochemistry, where we're teaching about molecules in a fun and unique way using hip hop artists like Nicki Minaj, but also STEAMulater Games, where it's a reality based competition. Oh my gosh. A reality based competition.
the coughing. Okay, so I gotta edit this episode a little bit because I gotta edit. Of course, this coughing has to get out, but also I want to insert the clip of me at Rolling Loud because that was the first time I saw Gag City. That was my first Gag City experience, and that's the first time when I heard I'm the best on that stage and her coming out, like that was to this day a religious experience. And so I need to put that clip in there at this point. Do you have any notes, Trey, so far for the episode?
Yeah, definitely edit out that cough because that cough was so nasty. Girl, you feel like it's about to die, girl.
Not too much now.
Squid Barb games. And in fact, all of the seasons always have the contestants from previous seasons come and be a part of it, whether it's co-hosts or whether it's guests. This season was a special edition for Barbs. The main focus was Pink Friday 2. And in fact, we were able to develop a whole coloring scheme throughout the whole season. And you're actually looking at one of the paintings that I made. This is literally oxytocin based on that season 3. So the students throughout season 3, which was like 30 barbs, signed up to this. Shout out to Celebs Love Nikki, aka Pedro Cito, okay, for helping me get the word out and helping me get signups. Because in March, that's when we launched it. We started getting signups throughout. And so in total, we were able to get 30 students to sign up, which is the highest we've ever gotten. Season 1, we only had 21, and they were vying for it was Team Olympics styled, and it was kind of like Survivor, where they voted each other off, and then eventually were vying for $1,000. Season 2 was Amazing Steam Race. So it was inspired by the Amazing Race, where we were going from platform to platform. So we were not just on one social media, but we were on platform to platform. And again, they were voting each other off and vying for 1,500 that time. Okay. And 1,000 was to the contestant and 500 to 5 of their supporters. And then season 3 was based on Squid Bob Games or Squid Games, right? That's what you call it, Squid Bob Games, with the pink jackets and everything. And so these 30 students basically had to play red light, green light, inspired by Squid Games, where they identified colors that were that I was able to colors that I was able to match with Nicki Minaj Pink Friday 2 songs, as well as amino acid molecules that make up proteins. And so they got to learn what amino acids are, how shape influences function in terms of proteins, and as well as all the different proteins that are there that we talked about, and actually paint them in this beautiful color scheme. Something that is actually becoming instrumental to my coloring book that is coming out. You might have already seen it. Shout out to the contributors who are helping with this. Thank you so much to the contestants who participated throughout seasons 1, 2, and 3, actually contributed to a coloring book that we are releasing together. So check out this link that you're seeing at the bottom right here to pre-order that coloring book now, and you'll actually see some of the exciting contributions that came from those students throughout there. But yeah,
Girl, see, that's another edit that needs to be made because the book did not come out. And so I'll probably edit that as well, that whole portion, and insert probably the reel that I made about the coloring book. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna put a highlight note there so that I know to edit that part out. But so far, girl, what are you thinking, Trey? Any thoughts?
So far, I'm amazed at the camera angles and how like it's switching and everything. Yeah, I'm loving it so far.
Right, because this is Trey's first time watching this, and surprise, surprise, he's gonna be a guest on the show a little bit later. And so this is the first time he's seeing it, and so we about to. I hope you have more edits when you come on in. I'm sure you're gonna have some pauses, and you gotta unmute and pause and be like, "Hey, Mook, pause." All right, let's go.
who are all rapping alongside you in like viciously. It was crazy. Okay, Gang City Charlotte was iconic, and it was the first tour that I saw, right? Because the festival, it was different. Okay, but yeah, Gang City Charlotte definitely better than Gang City Rolling Loud, even though. I like both. And then Gang City Rolling Loud also was in California. So and it was the only stop in California. So and I'm in California, so I just drove 2 hours, went over there and got to see her. But then when I went to Charlotte and flew out to Charlotte, I was able to go with my best friend who we both graduated at Claflin University. And so I was also able to go speak at Claflin University during that time, my alma mater, see you, and see my professors, my mentors, people who I do really hold in high regard. And so shout outs to those folks in South Carolina. I think at the end of, I think it was beginning of April. Yeah, beginning of April. That's when we went to Gag City, Madison Square Garden. So that was my first VIP experience. So Gag City's Madison Square Garden was in New York. I was able to actually see my girl, like so close, because I was number one in the lounge. So I got into the lounge. I was staying in Times Square, and Madison Square Garden was like a couple blocks away. I think it was like a 40-minute walk from there. And so first thing we did was go to the lounge, which would start like I think 6 p.m. The lounge experience was amazing because now you're adding a whole other layer to the Nicki Minaj experience, because it's really an experience. The tour itself is an experience, but you're adding this layer of you're in this VIP secluded area where the DJ's playing nothing but hits, okay? Nothing but fire, okay? If the kid, Nicki, ain't on the track, I don't want to hear it. And you don't hear nothing besides Nicki when the DJ is playing. And it's really like the DJ mix, it's the old school hits, it's all 7 hits, it's Pink Friday, it's Pink Print. You're listening to, a lot of the hits, which I mean, a lot of them all are hits, but I mean, you're listening like to the Bob favorite hits, and you're surrounded by Bobs. And let me tell you something: Madison Square Garden was like watching my timeline, my Twitter timeline, come to life. Okay, I got to see Cali M. Okay, shout out to Cali M. He was actually a guest on Simulator Games. Shout out to him. I got to see Heedy. Y'all know Heedy, okay? Or Sheedy, as Nikki calls him. I got to see Calls. Okay, shout out to Cal's. I got to see a lot of different Bobs, like who I see on my timeline. And it was amazing. That was an amazing experience in Gag City Lounge. There's also food and alcohol. The Pink Friday 2 collection is there. And, we all had our Vogue magazines. We're all, walking around with our Vogue magazines trying to get them signed by Nikki Child. Okay. And that happened throughout the tour. Every Gag City, the signups and
Yeah, girl. It glitched on me. I had to exit and come out. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Brandy. Okay, so I cannot type in the chat because when I go into the chat, it freezes everything. So, so now I know. Shout out to Joyce. Joyce, this is Trey and Brandy. Trey, say hey to everybody.
Hi, Joyce. Hi, Brandy. Welcome in. How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing good.
And actually, Trey, you might need like an onboarding session with Joyce. Joyce does these onboarding sessions every now and again, so you better follow her. And she'll, give you a whole lay of the land or fan base on how you want to interact and everything. And she's going to be really instrumental to the STEAMulater brand in the in the next few days and weeks. We're not going to say right now, but. Right, so we're gonna continue. We are doing the premiere episode for the STEAMulater podcast. We recorded this in 2024, but we're playing it now, and looking at where we want to put edits and stuff like that. So give suggestions and feedback in the chat. Thank y'all for stopping through, and I love y'all. Yeah.
you have to be 18 and above. My demo that I'm trying to get to stay in college, right, are adult age students who either are in college and trying to learn about biochemistry, trying to learn about these different STEM subjects and trying to find tools that will help them matriculate out of college, or they're grown adults who either, passed college or they never went to college, but can have access to these tools that are now readily available on your phone. We talk a lot about AI over here at STEAMulater, which I feel like everybody needs to get a handle on. You need to learn about AI. But yeah, so because of that rule, I had to eliminate quite a lot of people from participating because a lot of them were under the age of 18. But a lot of the ones who were above the age of 18 was able to accept them and come through. And one of the biggest criteria was, obviously, are you a Nicki fan? Okay. That's number one. But also, what's your favorite Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2 song? Those were the questions on the questionnaire. And then I also had them pick their zodiac sign. Okay. So which one is your zodiac sign? Now, the reason for that, we announced in May. We announced finally, and this, I think at this time, Nikki was still doing leg one during that time. And I had done my 3 shows for leg one. So I paused on that and I focused on STEAMulater Games. And that's when we announced, okay, these 30 individuals are now grouped by their zodiac element. So each of the zodiac signs are grouped into 4 different elements: fire, earth, air, and water. And so they are their tribes based on their element. And so that's when we announced that they're working basically in teams or basically in tribes based on their zodiac element, which was so much fun. That was a gas. That was actually a gas. At the same time, I think this is when I found out I would be a judge for No Butcher, right? This was for the Black Chemical Engineers Association. And so I was preparing for that as well, as students were submitting a lot of their posters and research presentations, abstracts, really, reading them and try to figure out, and their posters eventually try to figure out, who to award, prizes to. And this was like a pre-judging duty that a lot of, biochemists or a lot of scientists who are PhD level usually try to commit like some voluntary efforts towards that. So that was super fun. June came around and Mother was in Europe. Okay. Europe. that's when we were preparing for her to basically come back and do a third leg. Okay, well, yeah, basically because the Europe was like second leg, and so we were hoping she would do like a second U.S. leg. Okay, and I think around June, July, that's when she announced that she would be coming back to the States for another wraparound spin the block. And again, I told you I prepared. I prepared to be outside with Nikki. I prepared to be outside. And after seeing how the scanning of the QR code led to a Gag City app that she had released, where basically it's basically like Twitter, but it's for Nikki and it's for Barb's only. So you don't get the noise. You know, the people who are like hater fans, people who basically love Nikki, but they don't want to admit it. You don't see those people. And it's this community of like artists, because that's what Barbs are. It's a lot of artists, a lot of smart Barbs, a lot of, you see scientists, you see fashionista Barbs, you see a lot of musicians, a lot of different really like intricate communities that are subgrouped, and now you have this platform where you can actually talk to each other, you can see each other things while quieting the noise. And so when I saw that mother is coming back around, I said, oh, let's get all those coins, because we definitely want to see when she comes back around. So by the time we got into July, and at this point, Simulator Games was I think already like episode, I would say episode 5 or 10, and that way we were underway, and we were doing it like basically once a week. So we had time for a lot of guests to come on. We had co-hosts come on. Callie M came back again. He was on season 1 and he came back in season 3. Trey Sean J, aka Call Me TJ, was on there as one of our co-hosts. We had Aaliyah Black Barbie came on as a co-host. And I think now we're already like in August time, around that time, when Nikki came back to the States. And I decided to go to a couple more Gag Cities. Okay. And so for the second leg, I want to go through some of these finer details with another Barb, a Barb who also stands the same way that I do, but not just any other type of Barb. I already told y'all we have some upper echelon Barbs in the community. We have musicians, we have artists, we have all kinds of different types of Barbs. But this Barb is a special Barb because he is part of the STEAMulater family. And I actually love his music and stand his music. If you are in a station head any point in time for Stimulator, then you've probably listened to some of his music. His music is out on every single platform. This is an actual recording artist, also an artist who's actually sang for Nicki Minaj live on Station Head. And so, you guys, I want you to help me welcome my co-hosts for the rest of this podcast, as well as a fellow Bob. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, it's right.
I did not have to walk in like that.
You look good, girl.
I love that pink hair. Oh my god, love that pink hair down.
Yeah, I think I love that too. I like your look as well. I think in the edit, I'll try to put like music here or something. Like a hype or like applause or something. I don't know, because yeah, the entrance. You're right. We might need to do like a transition or something of the sort. But yeah, you look good, girl. Wait till you get your solo shot.
Got you, got you. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Learning about the tundra, different environments, rocks, the sedimentary rocks, the different theme songs that we have for each thing.
Yeah.
And I also remember, like in high school, I got to dissect a sheep's brain, a frog, so things that I actually like envision seeing on like TV. Sometimes they have those type of things on TV. I actually got to like do that in real life because it was kind of cool to experience that part of science, and then also like taking it in college
Yeah.
because I've always been like interested in like even like astronomy.
Yeah, with the
I've
zodiac signs. Yeah.
astronomy, like looking at the
Astrology.
stars,
So yeah,
and
astrology.
all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thing, seeing the planets and stuff.
Yeah.
I this may sound like kind of weird, but like part of me still kind of wants to be like an astronaut so I can go to space.
Okay.
I want to go to. Part of me wants to go to space. I don't like as a kid, like how you have like a big imagination. I want to do all these different things.
I
Like
love that.
going to space is like on that list because I had like telescopes and like binoculars and shit growing up.
Oh, so Trey, you're a level of science. I didn't know that. I love that you love science because I love
Yes.
artists.
I love like you can ask my mom like two of my favorite subjects. Well,
Mhm.
three was one was science, two was like social studies, history type things, and then the other one was like my English class. So yeah,
And
but
we
math, no,
no math.
no,
Okay, all
please
right.
no math,
Very
please.
few people like math. I don't know why. Math is fun, y'all. Math is the language that is a universal
The
language.
only time I like math is when I see the numbers.
Okay,
That's
okay. The coin coming
that's the
through.
only time I ever like math is when I see numbers.
The coin coming through from them streams. Okay, them streams because you are an actual artist, right?
It's
How
crazy because I don't really be thinking like that. I'd be
how
like,
long have you been doing it? How long have you been literally singing and producing your own tracks and putting them out there for consumption? How
I
long have you been
would
doing it?
say like 2016
Okay,
ish. I
okay.
started like dabbling with different apps and like Tune Me and on my one of my old Androids, like doing little auto tune type things, like kind of like singing over songs as they were being sung. Then I
Right.
went and like downloaded this software on one of my old laptops and started like recording myself, trying to teaching myself to how to record myself. Then eventually from that, I got like one of these
Okay.
and tried to practice, but like it didn't really pan out. But I was still able to like use it. So wait when I got to the actual studio, like years later,
Yeah.
I would know how to do it because I really enjoyed how I've just been able to grow,
Mhm.
and I'm still learning a lot of more things because I want to be able to, elevate the production value of my stuff.
I mean, I love how you're an independent artist who's doing basically everything by
It's
yourself.
just I just like I don't have no manager. I don't have
Mhm.
no type of nothing. It's just me, myself, and I'm just putting myself out there and look what's happening.
Okay,
Like
look what is happening. Because I mean, let's take it slow. Let's take it slow. But okay, what song do you think the audience right now, if they were gonna pull up, would listen to your earlier career, right? Like that represents like your earlier artist growth. What song would you say that is?
um, I would actually say Above and Beyond,
Above
honestly,
and
because
Beyond.
that was one of the first songs I wrote, like back when I was like a teenager, and being having able to record that song professionally years later after doing it professionally, doing like different drafts here and there, and like getting trying to get the sound of how I wanted the sound in to actually be able to record it. Yeah, I would say Above and Beyond because that song has been through a lot of processes.
I love that song.
I
I love
love it
that song.
too.
Above and Beyond featuring Ocean Kelly.
I
If
love Ocean so much.
you want to check out my girl Trisha J doing her big one,
That
go
was
listen to that
definitely my
song
big
right
one.
now.
And I every time I bring up Above and Beyond, I just have to shout out Ocean Kelly
Yeah.
because he is such a dope person, such a dope artist, and him being able to collaborate with somebody so iconic from like
Okay.
the jump.
Okay.
Because right now he is doing
Woo!
amazing things.
He's on a run that has never been seen before.
Yes, and
Okay.
I am so proud of him. Shout out to him. I
Shout out
love
to
you
him.
forever,
Yeah.
Ocean. I really do.
And I remember when you came on AMP in season one, you talked about how the creation of that record actually initially was inspired by a different Nicki Minaj song, right? I think it was Kill the DJ or was it Envy?
No, like it came from the inspiration of Go Hard.
Go hard. There we go. Go
Go Hard
hard.
because
Yeah, yeah.
I listened to the beat and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
let me try to write some of this because I had the melody of Go Hard in my head and like
Mhm.
Above and Beyond. So it's like that they say it's down on me, but I go above and beyond. That
Right, right.
that particular part right there, that was like the first thing that came up in my mind.
Okay.
And so then it was going through like finding like, okay, I like that beat, but I don't want to use that beat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I want to do something different. So when I got introduced to Pink Fader through, you know, seeing some of his stuff on his platforms and everything, I really got a chance to be like, okay, cool. So they sent me some of their stuff, and they're still active to this day, but they're up under a different name.
Yeah.
But at that time, when they sent me that beat, I was like, yeah, this the one.
That's the one. I love that. I love it. And you see, the Barb's always get inspiration from Nicki Minaj. It's, let's talk a little bit about your origins as a Barb. Like when,
Oh my
when did you start liking
God.
Nicki? When did you then cross over into from fan to Barb? Because there's a crossover that happens at
It
some point.
really is a crossover. People don't understand.
People
like,
don't understand.
They don't understand because my introduction to Nicki was sitting in my dad's grandma's house.
Okay.
Well, my grandma on my dad's side that way. And my brother, he just really started like he showed me something on his PSP.
Yeah.
It was like a Nicki Minaj song. It was I remember I Gets Crazy, Itty Bitty Piggy. And those were like, oh, and Your Love. Those are like the
Your Love.
because she was just this was like in 2010, so she was like just like coming out.
Okay.
And I remember when Moment for Life came out. I remember me, my brother, my sister, we sat around the computer and like watched Moment for Life.
Oh, I love that. You had like a Barb family before a Barb family. I love
Like
that.
me and my brother, like I never let him forget that he's going to introduce me to Nicki Minaj because he liked how she looked. She was very like
Okay.
It's like I took that aside from that. I actually listened to her like spit, and I'm like, because during that time too, 106 in Park was popular too, so you got to see on the screens.
106 in the Park, y'all.
I'm so glad I got to grow up during that era.
Bow Wow and Old Girl.
I remember some of the Free too because my mom watched 106 in Park when I was growing up in the early 2000s. I would see Free and everything.
Free? Oh my gosh, that is a throwback. That is a real throwback. Yeah,
but I feel bad for generation though. I feel bad they didn't get this.
I do too, because I also feel bad for this generation because I don't know if they're going to be able to tell the difference between AI versions of Nicki and Nicki because that's one of the reasons why I love being on Station Head with her these days is because we are able to actually, be able to. I can hear an AI version of Nicki and know which one is the original.
Exactly.
Nicki because I be listening to her all the time.
Right.
So you can't fake nothing on me. Okay.
Yeah, the voice has been cemented in my head because I like the way she talks. I love not California, but I love New York people in general. I was thinking about Kelly M because he's from New York too.
Shout out to Kelly M.
Shout out to Kelly.
Oh boy. But okay, all right. Well, so speaking a little bit about Nicki being on TV shows like 106 and Park, and then now almost making her own type of TV show or radio show like Station Head. Let's talk to the Barb who's met Nicki now, okay, who's basically sang for Nicki virtually on Station Head.
Middle school me has been gagging and crying and be emotional all week long. All week long, I've been so emotional because it's hard for me to process. I mean, yeah, I do have faves that I like communicate with about the music and stuff, how I like it, how I'm a fan of them.
Yeah.
But when it's somebody that you have literally watched from when they first came in, because I consider myself an OG Barb.
Yeah.
I came in at that 2010 era. I was able to just to see her in that time frame and then up to now to being like, wow, I got to sing for that lady.
You did. I was literally live on Station Head listening to Nicki, and my friend calls in. Hello, and she said, "Call me TJ wants to sing," and you came up there. How did you have the nerves of steel to be able to sing for the iconic queen of rap?
Basically, I just felt like if I was able to sing for other people on other platforms like Instagram or like sing live at FCAs in middle school or like even sing for Jay Reed, which is a producer that she signed during the Queen era, and it's like if I could do that, then I can do this whether or not I'm nervous. That's why I felt like I was able to push through my nerves with my voice being shaky.
I love.
Because I was like, this your fave, but don't shake yourself up because you already done this for somebody else that was connected to her.
And she loves that kind of stuff. Like people who are passionate about their craft and they go after, their dreams.
So
TJ, I'm gonna have to put in here the clip maybe from Station. Do you think I could find it?
Um, I don't know because I don't even have station here no more.
Right, right. But I mean, the clips probably still exist somewhere, and so
Yeah, they're probably somewhere. And then at some point, there's gonna have to be an updated clip because I sung for her basically twice.
right, because then you sang with her, and I think that was
Yes.
after we recorded this podcast.
Yes. That is so crazy.
You think about the episode so far? You liking it? Yeah. Hey,
I'm
PVD.
liking it. My voice is so sultry.
Very sultry.
Trey actually came and was a co-host for STEAMulater Games.
That was so wonderful.
Was it? Yeah.
Yes.
How would you compare season 3 versus season 1 when you came on as a guest?
Season 1, I feel like season 1 was like a breakout for me to embrace like this community that I've never like been a part of. Because I'm also I'm on social media, but it's like I haven't had like a place where I feel like I'm a part of something.
Right, right.
You know, and actually like baking a lane for myself, carving out a lane for myself. It's like it's scary, but it's like this shit is actually fun. You know? And going from there to like not from like there to season 3, I was able to be like, okay, yeah, this is probably going to be your life now because you're stepping into unknown territory that you've never stepped into before, and this is always what you low key wanted ever since you were young. So I don't
And you're so good
understand.
at it. You're like just so your vibe, your energy is always on point. Even when you came on that stream, and this was the first time I think we had the camera on for the stream, right? Because the first time in season 1 was audio only. Season 3, we now had the camera on. That whole like when I watched the TikToks of us, like I cannot help but rewatch them because just the vibe was so chill. You know, it was on one. It was good.
Yeah,
You're good at
I
this.
love being on a trip out though. Anybody that tell you that I don't really play about my energy,
Yeah.
like at all, and that's with anything. I'm a very like driven person when it comes to like my surroundings and stuff. So like if the energy and the vibe is not there, you know.
I love that. I love that. And you can tell, honestly. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted you in person as my first guest in the podcast.
It be seeming like I be like introduced to a lot of things like first off and I'd be like, wow, this is crazy.
It's crazy for me too, girl. I told you I am this is a one-man operation. We just doing it, and I appreciate
But
your
hey, look,
support through all of this.
I'm always proud of you though.
Thank you, Trey. Don't make me cry over here, okay?
Look, you know us Leos, we get emotional. Child.
Okay, Leo shit. Okay. But I mean, when you came in season 3 as the co-host, because of all your energy and whatnot, and the fact that you got the question correct, the steamy question correct,
girl, I
won.
watched that back so many times. The way that I sounded so annoying. Because Ruth was like, yeah, since you was annoyed, and I was like, I can see it, because like, girl, I don't want
You
to.
were not annoying. No, you were not annoying. You were. Your energy was high, which is great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was like, yo, because I like that's what made me be able to feel comfortable looking back at myself. Was that clip?
Yeah.
Me being like authentically myself and actually enjoying conversation in the moment. So yeah,
and being good at like literally answering questions. You answered a steamy question on there and won tickets to Gag City, San Diego. Because yes, Nikki came to San Diego in her spin the block in September.
And
how was
it was insane. Like I don't think people understand. This was my first time actually seeing Nikki in concert ever.
Oh, I don't think I knew that. This was your first time? Oh wow. Let's talk about it. Let's pull over because so August, Nikki had already started Gag City leg 2. I think she started September 4th. And I was able to see her in DC. I was the first time DC show. I know the Bobs talk about DC show. I had fun because it was the first time I was in the front row and actually got to look at her in the face. And she looked me dead in my eye. That energy exchange is something. We were just talking about energy right now.
Her Sag energy is something serial.
It's on a different level. Oh my gosh. And then she went to LA. LA Night 1 was amazing. LA Night 2 killed LA Night 1. Okay. Inglewood was crazy. Gaxton Inglewood.
Oh. I saw the pictures, the clips. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready for her to come down to Dago.
8. And then and then 4 days later, she came to San Diego. So tell me how was your experience? I know we met up, but tell me how your experience was San Diego, and tell the people who are listening how your experience was.
Yeah, so like when I first got to the arena, I was standing outside and I was just seeing like some barbs and everything. I was low-key nervous.
Okay.
I don't really like being around a lot of people like that. That's why I don't like go Black Friday shopping anymore. Because the first time I did that, the first 2 times I did that, I was like, y'all trying to, you know.
But it's not worth the TV, child. It is not worth it.
That's why you ordered online to get it shipped to your house or pick it up.
Okay. Cyber Monday is where it's at, honestly.
That's why we do Cyber Mondays.
Yeah.
But meeting other barbs and just telling them, like, yo, this is like my first time seeing Nikki. And it's, oh my God, for real? It's like, yeah, like, this is crazy to me. It's like, I cannot believe that I'm going to see somebody that I've loved since middle school. Like, it's crazy. So, like, when I got through the gate, you know, walked around and really trying to find what door to get into and get downstairs and stuff. Cause like it's like a whole like circle.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay,
on the floor.
The floor. I was like, wait, that's where I'm sitting.
The stage right
on the
there.
floor.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, because I was supposed to see Nikki during her Queen era. Remember when she announced that tour with Juice?
Mm-hmm.
And she had took Juice on tour?
We ain't too much gonna talk about that. But
we're not gonna talk about it. But
the people with Queen passes still have a bone to pick with Nikki.
I'm one of those people, but I don't Nikki, I don't got beef with you because I love you, but the people that bought those passes do wanna know because that was the reason why. Because I was like, bitch, this might be your chance to meet your sis. And I was taking every opportunity I could because you was coming to Georgia and I was in the loop at that time. But I still love you. I got to sing for you. I still love you.
Clearly you
I
do.
still love
you.
you.
Went to the show, girl. You clearly love her.
Still,
Nobody
Nikki,
can
I
question
still
your
love you, girl. But we need to know. We need to know.
Now, I did that, Nikki. Okay. First of all, Queen happened while I was still in grad school. I was still poor. Okay. So I could not afford the pass. Okay. And so I am happy the tour didn't happen. I am so sorry, y'all. I am so sorry. I am happy the tour didn't happen because I would have been sick as I was with the Pink Print tour. I was so sick. Oh, I was sick.
Pink Print came out when I was in high school.
And I was still in school, child, and I could not afford it. And I saw all those pictures, people enjoying themselves. I was like,
yes, and it's like y'all got to experience like the.
What'd you say?
I didn't know I was still on.
Oh yeah, you were unmuted. Sorry, I thought you were saying something.
Wow, looking back at this, and this is crazy. Like how I'm just sitting there being so professional, and how our energy is just energy. This is great. I'm proud of us.
Okay, we did our thing, girl.
So Nikki then comes out. How did you feel with "I'm the Best"? Because I'm the
I
best.
cried.
You cried.
It's on video. Because I recorded all my videos on Snapchat because it's like I don't wanna record the whole concert and miss out on a moment.
Yeah, we can do that.
I just wanna get some of my faves in that I know that I'm gonna wanna hear for like a lifetime until like, you know. So I recorded those moments. Like you already knew I was recording Cowgirl.
Okay.
You already knew.
Because she was right there by your seat. She was right there. Did you have an eye contact with her? Did you?
I feel like it was like I moved my camera out the way so she could see me.
Oh, that's good.
So it's like, okay, I move. It's like that's not gonna tell. I feel like she looked at me because like I moved my camera out of my face. But it's like I just when you see her
Yeah.
in person,
Pretty in real life. It's
it's
insane.
like how could
Insane.
somebody like this exist and be
Mhm.
such a badass bitch at what they do?
Okay.
It's like
Watch them B words, but yes. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. The girls' weekend. You better watch them B words.
Sorry.
No, but Nikki, we mean that in a good way. Yeah.
In a good way, Nikki, because you are a baby, you are a boss.
My gosh. So pretty in real life. And
She
then
is so pretty.
and she gives her all on that stage.
Yes.
Oh.
I just
Because my girl's not a dancer, but she does her big one. When she dances, she does her 1-2-1-2, especially in the cowgirl set.
yes, I was so glad that I got to experience her do the whole anaconda thing that she did at
She
the
did
VMAs
on the
thing,
train.
on the train,
She did.
and the whole
San Diego,
leg
we had the
thing.
full show. San Diego, like we really had the full show. We had Bia, we had Tiger, we had Skilly
I
Bang. We
love
had the
Bia.
full show. It was great.
Shout out to Bia because she's been noticing me on social media too.
Bia.
Bia.
Shout out to Bia.
I love Bia.
I was supposed to do a meet and greet with Bia, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
We're not gonna talk
It
about.
got
We
canceled.
still love you, Bia.
We love you, Bia. And actually, Bia's song, "Lights Out," was the theme song for STEAMulater Game
love that
Season 3.
song.
Yeah, so
That
shout
whole
out to
album
Bia.
is fire.
Like, fire. By the way, that song I picked it before Bia was on tour with Nicki. I just want that to go out. Okay, I had the insight. It was before I knew it was the theme song to Bad Boys. I think 3 or 2, whatever. I picked it because the song sounds great. It prepares it out. But that's that Leo shit. That's that Leo shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you got to see Nicki on tour in Gag City, San Diego. And then you got to sing for her on Station Head as a Barb. Like, honestly, your year is.
I told my uncle, I was
October,
like, this pretty much stamps any type of like artist goal, personal goal, Nicki Minaj fan, Barb goal. Like, it's crazy. It's still crazy.
Well, now, you got to speak to her in October, and, now we're in November, close of the end of the year, and you about to get another surprise, okay?
Move.
Move. We got to hurry up because I think we have, but we got to hurry up and open this up. So, yeah, open the box. Inside is, really? Okay. Open the box, and inside is a little gift you get. So you might want to put it over here. Okay. It's a little thank you for coming to the studio. I can't pay you. I cannot. But yeah, you gotta back it up. I can't pay you, but what I can do is give you a little gift to say thank you for coming through. The middle flash there. Thank you for coming.
This is so cringe.
We can edit some of this out because I was low key struggling with this.
We gotta edit it out, girl.
Some of my favorite shoes I eat my Converse are high tops. My Converse.
And they are low key.
Oh,
shoes.
Yeah, ain't
Yeah.
nobody
Okay, and it's part of
touching
Nicki's low key collaboration. Low key X Nicki Minaj. Show the camera, girl. What do I gotta look like? You better hold that box.
Hold on. Just pause. I gotta take a moment.
That's why I was asking
A
for your
moment thing.
size. I hope. Oh, child. But you wore these and you fit, so I think it's around the same size. I hope so. But
Bro, it's okay.
and I think the version is the Roman Revenge. I think these ones are.
That's
Huh?
one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite songs by Nicki.
Perfect.
One of my favorite songs by Nicki.
Rock. I mean, if it wasn't, it would be now, child.
You know what? I'm not even playing you. Oh my
But yeah,
God.
I got the Press Plays on, and now you got the Roman Revenge on. Shout out to you, okay? Thank you for being a guest on this first official, ride that we're doing. We're starting something new, and you just supporting me throughout, and being my homegirl over here. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Doing the trek, coming out here. I really appreciate you. And I hope you enjoy the sneakers. Keep them for life. Take a couple cute pictures.
These ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna keep these for my life.
If you can't fit them, maybe give to daddy. Give your husband. Maybe he will fit them. Not for look.
You love Nikki, but you don't love Nikki more than me.
Not more than
Not more than me.
Yeah.
I love you, babe, but yeah, no.
Okay.
No. You got your own red shoes. These are my red shoes. Okay.
Okay. And if you guys want your own pair, make sure to go to lowkeywear.com. You get a pair. Nikki, shout out to you. I love these shoes. I've worn these press plays at every single concert all throughout. And you know this because I've been trying to get that dinner, girl. Me and Kelsey have been trying to get that dinner, that sit down dinner. And say, I've been tagging on everywhere. But at some point, hopefully, that will come through. But regardless, these are really comfortable. Feel free to go get you a pair. And thank you again, Trey, for coming through. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And we will do this again at some point. You guys make sure to take a look out because the year ain't over. Okay. December got some surprises, some gifts, some
we're still in Gag City, whether y'all know it or not.
Whether you know it or not. We ain't left Gag City yet. Okay. But as always, I won't see you later. I will see you later.
That's adorable.
Yes, we got to edit that husband part out, child, because we ain't married no more, child. I'm on the road to the divorce, girl.
Oh, I didn't know that, girl. I'm telling you, so much has happened. Oh, we're 2026. That was 2024. Okay, all right, we gotta edit that out. Anything else? Yeah.
That's about it. Everything else, I'm just amazed that my camera angles was on point. My glasses, I didn't realize my glasses were like that on and popping. My Gucci glasses was on and popping in them shots.
Very much on and popping. Very much on and popping. I think we looked good. We looked really good. It was a good podcast episode. I'm happy it didn't go out at the time that we recorded it, because you see how many edits that we have in mind that we probably wouldn't have put in place. And so now we can have it the perfect way, the way we want it to be. Sometimes I'm upset at that I'm a perfectionist and it stops me to doing things, but sometimes there's a reason for everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a reason for everything.
And we can also insert the other clip of when I'm singing with Nikki, because I still have that like whole interaction when I'm talking with her and when I'm singing with her. So
perfect. You have that recorded. Okay, great. So we can insert that.
Yeah.
So perfect. We can insert that. And then of course, this was in October, so we didn't even talk about Gag City Queens, which was amazing. And I actually ended up getting to meet literally everybody. And so I'll probably insert some of those clips as well. And then so what are some things to take out? Let's see. Oh, I don't know. Do you think I could insert a little bit of Above and Beyond?
Yeah, you can.
Girl, you don't think I'll get strikes?
Girl, you're not gonna get straight, child. You
Okay,
just not gonna get straight. I ain't that big yet, child. I can strike folks shit, child, for using my stuff.
I don't know. You never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. And I'm an artist now, so I got to be sensitive to artist stuff. Have you heard my song? Try.
I have heard your song. I love it. I was actually in the process of in Suno writing like another STEAMulater song, kind of different from the one I had made 2 years ago. So
you end up releasing that one? Because this one isn't a STEAMulater song. This is more. So this is like AI persona that I created, Juana Steam, and who's got like Zimbabwean roots, but has the intersection of STEM plus arts and is interested in, the world and exploring the
Mm-hmm.
world through the lens of STEM and art. So it's not actually, you see, like, the artist name is not STEAMulater. Um, STEAMulater is the label.
STEAMulater Records coming to a city near you.
You are so silly, not STEAMulater Records. But I think that,
Also, also from this time period, me and Chevy's relationship has grown stronger because um I have been in his Chevy Music University for the past 8 weeks in 2025, and I was like few of the first five to like 10 people to join his platform, and we're pretty much OGs. And so like we've like had opportunity to like really talk about some real industry shit and work on our craft and stuff. And he's gonna be bringing that back next this sometime this week, and I'm excited for that. And I have a song that's gonna be coming out soon that he actually like really likes, like that he's a huge fan of. So I'm
that's
excited.
amazing. You're talking about school, right?
Yeah, he has his own music school called Chevy Music University.
Yeah, and it's on the platform School, SKOOL, right? I
Yes.
agree.
Yeah, I saw you. I was like, okay.
Okay, I interact.
Yes.
That is great. You provide really in-depth knowledge on there, providing a community of artists engaged to discuss this whole AI music thing, and how to navigate it. I think that's cool. And so, the song you're releasing, tell us a little bit about it.
The song I'm gonna releasing is kind of like it's like a debut to Call Me TJ, and I actually I name dropped Chevy in there, and I name dropped Nikki in there, based off the clip where she said my name before she came to San Diego, when she was like saying hi to different people, and she had said my name. So there's inspo to that in the song, and I'm excited about that. So it's gonna be coming out really soon. I just gotta tweak some things. I gotta send some my stems over to Chevy because he wants to pretty much like mix it and master it and executive produce it and stuff. So I'm excited for that.
Okay, all right, girl. I love that. And as always, one thing that hasn't changed from 2024 is my appreciation for you. And of course, I'm going to be standing the new music when it comes out. But I just appreciate your kind heart and soul coming on here during the rewatch. We recorded this in 2024, and you didn't complain, girl. Like, what? Where's the episode? Why isn't it out? You just know, Mook, is a one man army, and he's just doing the best he can, going through
Right. Yeah.
job layoffs and all kinds of stuff, but still trying to, provide some STEAM education throughout. But it's because of people like you, people who support the platform, support the mission and the goal. So yeah, I appreciate you so much also for coming on to Fanbase today and doing this rewatch party. I appreciate you, girl.
You welcome. Thank you for always lending your platform and always just being you and being like such a good friend and stuff. I really appreciate that.
All right, mutual. All right, you guys. We gotta leave. I see there are like 11 people on X. X always has people watching. 11 people on X, and I don't know if they are people or bots because nobody ever comments. And then we have somebody in Twitch. The numbers were going up and down on this episode, so it's gonna be interesting to watch on the replay.
look out for the clips and reels from the pod. And then, of course, the final edited pod when it does come out on Spotify, Apple, and all available platforms in the future. Thank y'all. And as always, I won't see you later. I will
Steam you
see you
later.
later.